It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your feel-good breakfast show, and this is my favorite time of the day. It is the Culinary Hotline bling. Ding, ding, ding! Ba, 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 ba. I had to add that in, I'm sorry.
I like that.
I had to. It just came out of me.
Should we redo the jingle?
We should totally redo the jingle with the air horn. We need to add that in there. It's important. Yes, of course.
I like it. We should do that.
So, Chef Clem, we've got this phone over here. People are waiting. They are waiting to get things answered. And I'm excited about today because we've got a couple of callers coming through. So remember, the number is 021 110 552. That is our personal numbers. Call it any time of the day. I'm just kidding. Only now with the Culinary Hotline.
Who answers that phone if someone does call that phone like at 12 o'clock at night? Who answers that phone?
I answer it. I answer the phone. Okay. I've had very weird calls coming through. Either way, if it's about culinary stuff, I send it to you. So last week we covered so many kitchen disasters. I mean, I had a few of my own, and you shared a lot with us, but there was one that actually really came up, and this wasn't, we couldn't cut this one because it has something to do with a mandolin. And this particular device, it is an enigma in the kitchen sometimes, because the thing is you literally are holding something and slicing away. So how do we do this without your fingers disappearing is the key.
So this one came through to my DMs.
Oh, is it your DM?
And then it literally had a picture of this woman's boyfriend in ER with the big towel over his hand. Started like that, and then there was a delayed process, and I was like, what's going on, what's going on? 5 minutes later, it came out, he cut his finger on a mandolin. So if you don't know what a mandolin is, it's this. What it is a straight flat surface, which allows you to rapidly slice things because there's a razor sharp blade at the bottom. It normally comes with a guard. That kind of you pop the guard on here and then you use that. Those things go missing. And I almost think like 5 minutes after you've opened it, boom, guard's gone. How do you do it? How do you use it now that the guard's gone? It's actually quite simple. All right. But I say simple because as you're going at rapid speed, your hands start to relax. You try to get that little angle to get a thing. Fingers gone. You
know what? You mentioned something. I think what happens is at the end of whatever vegetable you're slicing, I think that's where it becomes very dangerous because you want to get the most out of your produce. You don't want to just kind of hoy it halfway and say it's safe now and throw it away.
Yeah.
So teach me how to mandolin. Please.
What you're going to do is you're going to work with an open palm. Have you ever fed a horse?
Yes, I have.
Open palm.
Yes, you have to do this.
Open palm. I'll say go for your fingers.
Yes, they do.
Look at your mandolin. Think horse.
Think horse. So, okay.
All right. Open palm, get that grip. What I can also suggest is if you're worried about your whatever you're cooking not gliding, spread a little spray and cook. Less friction. So now whatever you're doing is going to really start moving. Okay. Then you do open palm.
Open palm. Fingers up. I noticed you even have a little curvature on your fingers there to really avoid the cut.
You really don't want to get caught with that, okay? So I missed the board, but what's going to happen is you're going to get these super thin slices and you're not going to get your fingers. I do understand when you get that last little bit at the end, that's when things get tricky.
That's correct, yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say. If you get to the bottom of the potato and you're doing that thing and the palm of your little section here can touch the back end when you're holding it, stop. It's not worth it.
It's not worth. Okay, so now what are you going to do with a little piece, you know? Are you just going to say,
you pop
cheers,
pop it in the microwave, a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of butter, a little bit of snacky snack while you're busy with your dish. Just don't try and risk it to get that last little slice. One last story, very gruesome.
Okay,
very gruesome.
Can't wait.
Very gruesome. I was a chef student, my first placement ever. The guy's busy giving me attitude, telling me he's been in the game for so long, slicing meat on a meat slicer. 5 minutes later, this cheeky guy, we just noticed that things aren't looking right. Man didn't even notice. He took the tip of his finger off. It's so sharp you won't even notice it. Please be careful in the kitchen.
Please be careful. And remember the horse thing with the mandolin. Don't forget, think about scallions and stallions. It'll work for you beautifully.
Love that.
You're welcome. I'm here all week.
We're just trying to save people.
Next thing is we've got this really great message, and I had to take this call earlier, so I actually just remembered. So Mrs. Abdullah from Cape Town, she wanted to know how to make agar-agar jelly.
And I love this question.
Yeah. Because
if you don't eat pork, right, or if you're vegan, chances are you can't have 90% of the gelatine that's on the market.
Correct.
Sometimes it's got natural extract from like cartilage, and it's the animal-based, so you can't really always go for this.
Yeah.
Agar-agar comes in because it is made out of an algae, so it's good for everybody.
Oh.
It sits the same way. So what you want to always do is remember your ratio. 2 teaspoons of the powder to 1 cup of liquid.
Okay.
And back in the day, it was only available in restaurants. Not anymore. Now you can find them almost anywhere. And they are amazing. And there's no, like, they just last forever. So you can keep them in the back of your cupboard. and it'll just live there. So super simple. Heat up a liquid, add that 2 teaspoons of your agar-agar, mix it through, it'll dissolve. Make sure you dissolve it completely.
Okay.
If you don't, similar to gelatin powder, those little gelatin granules sink to the bottom.
Yes, it does.
And it makes these weird little jelly things at the bottom. Make sure you mix it really well through. Never set it in the freezer. Same thing with gelatin. Never try and set your gelatin in the freezer to like rapidly reduce that temperature process to get it to sit. Always the fridge. And then you got this cute little jelly. Let me just turn it out for you. This is an agar-agar one. It's so simple.
Jelly.
If you can use gelatin, you can use agar-agar.
That looks gorgeous, and the gloss on it looks even better than gelatin.
Can you see that wobble?
I can see the wobble.
Wait, should we?
Just do the wobble there. You see, I can't even help it. It's like in a club.
It's amazing.
You know, when you used to go to those things, you just have to move with the people.
You have to.
It's like that.
So absolutely use it the same way you use gelatin powder. Add it straight to your liquid. Stir, and let it sit. It is the same.
The water itself, I mean, do you have to bring it to the boil, or is it just like a nice light simmer? Is that fine?
A simmer's fine. It doesn't have to be a rapid boil. That's fine. Just warm enough to melt those granules. That's it.
Beautiful. Okay, I got another challenge for you. Now that we've got the wobble going, you've got Tanya Valor, a Facebook question. Now, Tanya says, morning, last week I asked about whipping coconut cream. Can you whip it? And is there a recipe for it? And I know this is like a dancing question. Can you whip it? And then you just whip, but it's not like that. Tell me, can this be done? Because this is a conundrum for me, too.
It can be done, first of all. There's a couple of things you have to get right first before you try whipping cream.
All right.
And these are the tips I also give to people when they're whipping normal cream. Chill your cream. If it's not cold, you are going to struggle to like get that air in there to aerate it. So pop your cream into the, well, it's coming from the fridge anyway.
Okay.
To be really safe, pop it into the freezer 5 minutes before you actually whip it. It makes such a huge difference.
All right.
On a very hot day, okay, pop your bowl into the fridge as well. So then you've got cold cream, cold bowl, and I'm telling you, it's almost instant the way that it just captures the air and starts aerating. So for coconut cream, especially, it's not gonna work if you have barely cold, just cold. You really want it properly cold. And then all you're gonna do, and don't use the reduced fat cream for this one, use proper coconut cream, and then get that in there. Let's start with a little bit first. Whew. And this is great, again, just like the agar-agar, if you are on a plant-based diet, or if you don't eat cream, if you're off dairy right now, this is a great one, because it does whip, it gives you that nice texture.
I need to see this.
First thing,
I'm excited, honestly.
I'm full of the tips today.
You are full of the tips.
Okay.
I just want to see this one.
When you start whipping cream,
yes,
we normally do this, and then our arms get tired, we swap other hand, okay? Yeah. When you start whipping cream like this, okay? Because then what happens is you actually use the inner part of your forearm, and then when this gets tired, then you switch it over to this part, now using that outer part. So
there's actually a workout here.
It's an amazing forearm workout, I'm telling you.
Because now what you've told you, 2 muscle groups, 1 bowl of cream, 1 chance. 1 desire.
That's it.
This sounds like a movie that JP Sebastian should review. It does.
With Nicolas Cage?
Exactly. Nicolas Cage in coconut cream whipping.
He would nail it.
He would sign for that movie. He's taking anything these days. So but let's continue.
As you can see, it's already starting to thicken.
And look at your technique. There's a bit of there's a movement of the arm and the wrist as you go along.
Absolutely. So using that, I think it's called a pistol grip.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a shift of my actual older knife.
Okay.
So as you're doing it, can you see it starting to thicken?
I can see that.
Okay. So now what happens?
You do realize I'm going to tip the bowl over later to see if you whipped it properly.
No. It's not going to do. It's not a meringue. It's not a meringue. It's going to coat you. And no, don't do that. Okay. So the one thing now. Let's just imagine arms getting tired. Switch it over.
Soft peaks, huh?
Soft peaks. Look, what happens is, as you do this, if you notice, I mean, the lights are quite hot here. If you notice it's not coming together, pop it in the freezer for another minute, and then whip it again. And I'm telling you, it comes out super thick. It starts holding its shape.
Okay.
We're doing it.
You know, you keep on whipping because I feel like
we're at soft peak right now.
Soft peak stage. I mean, this is what the guy does. I mean, this is Chef Clem. And if you have any other questions with regard to the kitchen, we've got you covered. So all you have to do is send through any request. 021. Anyone. We are here all morning. 021 110 552. And don't worry, we will be back with another session of Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. We'll be right back. Keep on whipping.
Keep on whipping.